What's up, everybody? Legacy here, and today we're going to be talking about the Critical Ops LAN that we were finally going to get to watch this weekend in Seattle at the Amazon Mobile Masters Invitational. So welcome to the stream. Thanks for everybody for watching, and today we're basically going to talk about predictions, teams, players, the schedule, and how everything is going to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is the new spectator mode will be unveiled at the Mobile Masters, and I'm really excited for this. I know a lot of the casters are probably going to be excited for this because from what I understand, it's going to give you different perspectives of the map so you can see where everyone's at for casting purposes, toggling people, and also it'll be good for us because then we can break down the strategies that people used and go through the strats from both sides and both perspectives so you guys can get more in-depth breakdowns for that. I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like, and I hope it'll be available for the content creators as well as the casters. So next thing I want to talk about is basically, let's get into it. Let's get into the groups here. So Group A, we have Dynasty, who is now Vision, Nova Esports, CSPG, and then in Group B, you have Set to Destroy X, Hammers Esports, and Gangstars. Now, predictions here. What teams do you think will be eliminated on Saturday here? In Group A, well, first off, let's just say all the teams that are participating and all the players deserve to be here, and it's going to be really tough to predict anyways. But based on some analysis that I've done in Group A, I think you guys will be surprised. I will have Nova Esports and CSPG advancing to the semifinals. In Group B, I'm going to have Hammers and Gangstars. So I know you guys are probably thinking Dynasty is going to take it, but I'll tell you why I think differently in a little bit here. So let's go over the schedule here. So on Saturday, Group A, you're going to have first, you're going to have Vision Gaming versus Nova Esports, and then you're going to have a Group B game, which will be Set to Destroy versus Hammers. Then back to Group A, CSPG versus Vision. Then back to Group B with GS versus Set to Destroy. Then Nova versus CSPG, and then Hammers versus Gangstars. So that's going to be how the group's set up. And also, the group stages are also going to be shoutcasted in 3 different languages. In English, it's going to be on Cool Mark's channel. In Portuguese, it's going to be on, I'm probably going to murder this, but Canal do TTI. And then in Spanish, we're going to have Gray Fox. So those are the people that will be doing these groups. And then also the Portuguese and Spanish cast will also be there on Sunday as well. So let's also talk about the prize pools here. So prize pools are going to be, first place is taking home $15,000. Second place gets $10K. Third and fourth get $5, and then fifth and sixth place each get $2,500. So everyone's going home a winner. And as you can see here where I can watch the games, I have the information there as well. Also, one of the cool things I think about the semifinals and finals is it's going to be casted by Valiance's very own Maniac and Cesar. And I'm very excited to have them be there because I think they do the best job. Very professional. They know about the teams. They know about the players. And I feel like they have a great rapport with the community as well. So definitely make sure you guys tune in to watch them. So now that we got that all out of the way, oh yeah, so the match times for the semis will be determined after Saturday, obviously. So let's go into the group stages here, and let's break down some of the teams here. So first we have Vision Gaming. Vision Gaming has Angel, Kuba, Azure, Abs, and Cheerio. And then next we have Nova Esports with Cam, Milio, Genesis, Sneaky, and Pocus. And then we have CSPG with Pun, Ted, MVP, Despair, and Spectre. So looking at those rosters and looking at all those players, I feel like, you know, any of those teams, any of those players could win a championship, win a title. They're all going to be there from both sides, Group A and B. And the thing you got to think about is, will the pressure of LAN get to any of these people? You know, a lot of the teams and members have played in a massive online event, the 10K last year, but this is completely different when you're sitting on the big stage and you have fans watching and the lights are on and the cameras are going. It's definitely a different kind of pressure, and it'll be interesting to see who really steps up and who, you know, maybe buckles under the pressure, and maybe we'll see some insane matches all across the board. So now we're going to go back into Group B, and here's the roster for Set to Destroy. And this is my favorite roster because you have EXO, Zen, Akjan, Illshots, and Mr. Bates. And I think the cool thing about that is you have Illshots coming out there, making his trip to another LAN, and he gets to play for Set to Destroy. That's really cool, and I'm excited for him because you know, he's a big content creator. People have been wondering where he's been, but secretly it looks like he's been prepping for some comp play, you know. So I wish them the best of luck, and I'm excited to see him there. And then next you have Hammers with Fish, Blue Ice, High, Kraken, and God. And finally, you have the reigning world champions, Gangstars, with Joker, King A, Alpha, Knight, and Lewis. So those are the teams playing, and those are the rosters. So let's do a little breaking down here. So I think I'm going to start with who I think is going to be the impact players for each team, and we'll start with Vision Gaming. And in Vision Gaming, I think the impact player is going to be Angel. I think he's really going to step up and prove that he's still one of the best players out there in the game. You know, everyone's playing on an even keel. No server issues, no lag. I think he's one of the best players in the world, and I think he's really going to step up and show that. And in Nova, this is really tough because you have top players from both sides of the spectrum. But call me biased, I think Emilio's going to be the impact player for the team. He has some big game moments, and I really think, he got a new device right before he went out there, so I think he's going to be a big impact player for his team, and I think he might help them pull through. And then in CSPG, this one's probably the toughest one for me to pick. I mean, you got great leadership. I'm going to go with Despair, who's going to be the impact player for them. Now, over back in Group B, we're going to start with Set to Destroy. I'm going to throw this out there. I think Illshots. I think Illshots is going to be the impact player. I think he's going to come out there and really surprise people, and it's going to be a great moment for him and the rest of his team, because all of these players and teams, they're basically making Critical Ops history. This is an event that's been over a year in the making, and all of these players and these teams have been waiting for this moment. Some of the players even got to go to Las Vegas and look at the stage and see the stage, and they didn't get to play on it. So that thirst and that drive and that hunger has been there since literally like last year. So now they finally get this opportunity, and I think it's the players and the teams that are there representing Critical Ops are the best people there that could represent the game. And I think they're going to put on a really exciting showcase for the game. So next we have Hammers. I'm going to go with Blue Ice on this one. Tyler and I were talking about this earlier. He's just a dominant player, consistently does well in the tournaments. And then in Gangstars, this one's probably the toughest. You have so many all-stars on this team, so many championships between all of them. Knight is pretty much the king of clutch, in my opinion. And Joker is insane as well with his one-taps, his sniper play. But I'm going to go with Alpha on this one. I think Alpha is going to be the impact player. This is a moment he's been waiting for. And, he's been on the other side of the spectrum playing against GS many times, and getting so close and just not getting over the hump. And now he has the chance to get a massive championship and a title with a great team. So I'm really looking forward to see how he performs in this event. I'm really excited for all of the players there. And it's really tough to pick who the impact players were. And I might be a little biased, but that's going to happen. So next what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the teams. We're going to talk about teams with momentum here. So before the stream, I did a little research here, and basically from the last online event, the Major 10K event, I took some data from all the Valiance tournaments. And for the record, the teams that played in the first online event were GS, Set to Destroy, Kings, and Imperial. And actually, a lot of the players that participated in that event are also playing in this one as well. So, starting with the autumn season first, you had GS taking first, Elevate getting second, and CSPG getting third. GS got first place with the map score of 11-1, very dominating. CSPG finished third overall, and their map score was 7-3. The next tournament was the Winter Premier League. This was the first Premier season that Valiance did. The prize pool also went up. And another interesting thing about this was they went back to the regionals, regional champions. They didn't have like a world global champion. So each team was the champion of that region. So GS won North America with a map score of 8-2. Nova won Europe with a map score of 10-2. Hammers finished second in North America with a map score of 6-4, and CSPG did not qualify for the semis and finals, and they had a map score of 5-3. The next event was the Spring Invitational. This was invites from all the regions, and they separated it from the Americas and Eurasia. So GS went 7-2 and won the Americas. Hammers finished 2-1. CSPG won Eurasia and finished 7-1. So now you guys were probably asking me why I picked CSPG to advance. So the team with the most tournament wins after the 10K is GS with 3 tournament wins in Valiance, and they have a map score of 26-5. They only lost 5 maps in literally like the last year. That's insane. That is you know, that's their credibility of working hard and proving why they're the best team in the world. I mean, that's really, really, really impressive. CSPG had 1 first place and 1 third place finish with a map score of 19-7. And that's why I'm actually picking them to advance. And it's nothing against Vision Gaming. The players are great. They're basically the old Kings roster. But as far as momentum goes, I feel like CSPG and Gangstars have the most momentum going into this live event here. Now, will things change? Yeah, you know, rosters are different. We have subs from each team. And obviously, none of the South American teams can make it. I think that would have been a game changer, you know, and also fan base wise, South America's fan base is ridiculously big. So, but those are my predictions. Let's see if we have any questions. Do we have any questions on Mixer here?
They just want to say hello to Mr. P too.
Oh, I guess everyone wants to say hello to Mr. P. Also, if you guys didn't see, we're doing a giveaway. We sent a Gangstars jersey out with Alpha, and all of the players are going to sign it. So we'll be giving that away when he gets back, and we'll be revealing basically how we're going to do it after the LAN. So
I do have predictions though. Some people say Nova, some people GS.
Oh, for the overall winner?
Mm-hmm.
So, overall winner, I'm going to have to say, I mean, you kind of have to go with Gangstars on this one. To me, it's an easy pick. Granted, a lot of the other teams have a lot of talent, but when you look at the chemistry of what GS has going from, they basically have the roster that they've had over the last 4 or 5 months, minus 1 player. So, and that's Alpha. He's the only kind of new player on the roster. Lewis is playing for them, and he's played for them in the past and won with them. They have the most team chemistry right now, and I think it's really going to be tough to get by them, you know. And GS is known for adapting to other people's tactics. And I mean, when you have players like Joker, King A, Alpha, Knight, and Lewis, like that's a scary roster. You know, Knight, like I said earlier, he's the king of clutch. He's the king of clutch. I think the other team, you know, even GS said it themselves. The only team they're really worried about is Nova Esports, and they have, and I think it's because, you know, they have former GS members, Cam and Emilio, on the team, and it's one thing to put 2 all-stars on a team with other all-stars, but having that chemistry, like, I don't know, like, did they have enough time to practice? Who's going to be the IGL? Like, what are the roles? Like, is there enough time for them to really, you know, have good strategies and balance for what they're going to do? And you got to remember the group stages are, you know, best of 1 in each map, so the bottom team is out. So you're really going to have to, like, adapt and go out there, because if you make a mistake and you lose a map, you could be out, you know.
Who do you think is going to be overall MVP for the tournament?
Overall MVP, it depends. It depends on who makes it to the finals, and it also really just depends like how did they help their team get to the finals. Were they carrying the whole way there, or were they making the right plays, the right calls? Were they doing trades? Were they clutch when they needed to be every time if they needed to be? That's really kind of hard to say.
Is Knight going to be as clutch at land, you think?
I think Knight will be as clutch as Land. Knight's the only one we talk about being clutch. Maybe besides Milio. But one of the things I think people are forgetting about is this is like Cam's return to CEOPS. He hasn't really played a lot of tournaments, and I know he's been itching to come back. And it's maybe Cam will come out of nowhere and just go on a tear and show everybody why he was the best in the world at one point.
You think he's going to pull out the sniper?
I think it depends. Like I said, it depends on what the roles are going to be, and it's depending on the map too. Like you want to have a sniper if you need it. So another news: ESL is in the playoffs, and Mobile Esports has their KOA 3 season announced. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but Rudes posted on Twitter last week about the new Diffuse map, which I'm very excited for because, that's going to add a lot of new tactics, new strategies, and also with the spectator client, hopefully we'll be able to use that as well, because I feel like teams and managers and coaches will be able to use that for reviewing footage and analyzing other team strats. Also, on the roadmap, there was, I don't know if you saw it, but there's going to be a new gun.
Oh, yeah?
There's going to be a new gun, and I know what it is, but I'm not going to say what it is. I think it's going to, people are going to be excited, they're going to be happy, and it could, it could definitely change. I don't know anything about a Molotov. Nothing about a Molotov.
I thought they were going to come out with that here soon.
But I'm excited. Critical Force had an article. They just received another 6.3 million in funding, and in the article, Veli and them talk about they're going to take a lot of the funding and put it towards the competitive esports scene for them to help it grow. Now, does that mean bigger tournaments? Does that mean bigger organizations coming in? Does that mean support for the teams and orgs that are here? I don't know, and that's up to them. But that's really exciting because a lot of the competitive players over the last I'd say about a year had been kind of complaining that there's no Diffuse map. You came out with 2 TDM maps. What about us? And people forget that casual players are a big part of Critical Ops. The professional scene is maybe a 5% of the community, but to know that they're going to be putting those funds into the esports sector of the game is very exciting. And let's not forget, it's not even to the 1.0 release yet, so who knows what they're going to do at that point, because the sky's the limit at this point. So once again, here's the group stages. Do we have any more questions?
Not right now. Oh, they were just talking about the map.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want a 2-part map.
Oh, they don't?
Nah. At least that's what Nick was saying.
I think the map, I don't really know what kind of map I want, to be honest. Like I want something, I guess, something different from what we already have.
Yeah.
But that's kind of obvious to say, but maybe it'll
like
be
a desert.
Maybe it'll be implemented with their new weapon. I don't know. Maybe that'll be part of it. But it's exciting to see, and make sure you guys all tune in this weekend to watch all the matches. I know the players are really excited and they're happy to be there. I can't wait to see what the actual live streaming studio looks like.
They should do
And
location maps,
location maps.
like a Russia map, USA.
Well, they kind of do
Well, I know
already.
that, but
I think they might
like actual.
maybe they might do something based on like where they're trying to launch regional places like South America or Korea or China. Who knows? I mean, I
They'll come
know
out with a snow map, I think.
we already have a snow
Well, I know
map.
we grounded, but it's not really.
There's snow in
There's
grounded.
snow, but I don't want like a full-on mountain.
He's like, I
I want the
want
mountain
I want a
landscape in the
full on.
background.
You want to have a camping sniper map is
Yeah.
what you want, where you have to plant the bomb in the middle,
Yeah.
where it's like a dodgeball. Anyways, make sure you guys follow everybody on their Twitters, keep up with their live streams and periscopes. So it's really exciting. It's kind of weird to see some of the players in different jerseys.
Nick was saying a mall map.
A mall map. I mean, that would be cool. I mean, that there could be a lot of closed spaces, open spaces, up in like upstairs, downstairs kind of things. That
Behind like a clothing rack, dude.
It made me forget what I was gonna say. So yeah, make sure you guys keep up with them. I know they're having a great time. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is I saw a picture of Emilio and Cam earlier in Nova Esports jerseys, and it was cool to see everyone there representing with the nice jerseys and stuff. But it's also kind of weird to see, and it is unfortunate that D2R isn't there, but we kind of are there in spirit, I guess, because if you look at it, we kind of have, between us and GS, we have the most mixed match of alumni on all the teams there. So it's kind of cool to know that, there's basically a D2R or former D2R member on every team at the LAN. So I'm really excited, and also the summer season for Valiance is coming. So if you guys didn't sign up, you're gonna be out of luck and wishing that you did. I mean, that's the Valiance seasons that's what keeps us going. Them, and then Mobile Esports and ESL. Without our tournament organizers, we wouldn't really have a competitive scene. So hopefully, maybe who knows? Maybe there'll be a bigger prize pool. Maybe they'll introduce like different brackets and groupings. I don't know. But put it in the comments. Make sure you guys follow us on Mixer, subscribe, and then also follow us on Twitter at official C Points. And thanks for watching. And for C Points, I am Legacy, saying peace.